Scoop by Evelyn Waugh. I was just thinking that this setting with the props and the extras is as good as any for a story which takes place mostly in Ishmaelia, a fictional African state. We have natives with strange beliefs right there behind. We have the birds. Parrots show up in Ishmaelia. True, not these, but anyway. They have a Golan Jackson. Golan in the local tongue means hooligan, and he was about there, who chased the locals for taxes and killed many of them in the process. 50 meters from here, three houses down the road, we had a serial killer. He's gone now, only a few months ago. That's for the personal story some time later. And last night the prosecutor's office detained another guy who has a house that way, a few houses down the other road. So Ishmaelia is well represented here. This is a jocular, incredible, hilarious story, which I have read again and finished earlier today, with a mistaken identity from the start. The two Boots, one is John, one is William, one is a writer, and the other a sort of a journalist, only he writes on nature from his own abode somewhere in the country, where he shares the same mansion with, I don't know, 11, 12 relatives. Strange place. Funny, like everything else here. So there's a conflict in Ishmaelia, and somebody has to be sent. Only they sent the wrong Boot. William Booth, not John, who was supposed to take this assignment. He doesn't know anything about Africa or Ishmaelia, so he lands there in absolute blissful ignorance. He is trained in a few weeks by the events and those around Crocker, and in the end he becomes the most famous journalist of his time, beating even Hitchcock. Hitchcock here is not the famous director, he's just another journalist who, up to the point of Ishmaelia and the rise of Booth, of the Beast, that's the name of the journal, he had been the one making history, legend. He, for instance, went to a Balkan nation, and there's a reference to Romania, by the way, inside there, where there was nothing going on, but he just made it up, because this is also a satire, and it shows how sensationalism and journalism, which promotes a story without any qualms, without any ethics, and without regard to anything, even the truth. They just make up a story when there's nothing going on. In Ishmaelia, it's true, many things are happening. There's a Jackson family which is everywhere. They control all parts of the society, the taxes, army, everything. And one of them is rebelling, supposedly. The Russians and the Germans get involved. The Russians get the upper hand. They're both interested in some mineral gold reserves there, and they for one day they proclaim the Soviet Republic of Ishmaelia. I hate that. I mean, I hate the Russians. I've made it plain. I've been living under their boot, that is, in a country which became communist on account of these red beasts. Speaking of beasts, so whenever I hear it, my skin crawls. Anyway, everything is treated in a funny, as I said, jocular manner. Even the fact that there's a rich, strange man landing with a parachute and taking control because he bought a country. That's what William Booth sends as a dispatch back to the office, only he is corrected by this man. Confusion and strange, hilarious happenings occur up to the end, when a banquet organized in the honor of Booth doesn't have him there, per se. They have to find something else, a solution. William Booth is sent to the Antarctic for about 2 years, and there's an interesting ending to this African story, which you would do very well to read. You will be laughing all the way through. Well, enjoy.